I got a new memory card and now I can film on my DSLR again. That's the beauty of having non-light cancelling blinds. Hey everyone, it's Saturday, I'm Flynn and you're watching my BrainLog. So, identity, huh? That's what we're talking about today. Less mental health, more identity. Although, it counts into mental health, in my opinion, because your identity is the foundation of you. If you don't know who you are, you will have so many more issues with your mental health than if you do. Like, say you're a transgender but you don't know it. You might have dysphoria, but you don't know why because you don't know you're transgender. It's so much easier to figure out your problems if you've figured it out yourself before. So once more, we're talking about sexuality. I've talked about sexuality on this channel before. If you haven't seen that, you can look at it in the card or in the description, whichever one you prefer. The thing is that sexuality and identity and gender identity are they're such vast concepts, right? I mean, just take the acronym, for example. LGBTQIAAP. That's a lot of letters. There's so many more things that are not in this acronym that are still part of that gender and sexual identity thing. So obviously, we're all having existential crises when we're trying to figure out who we are, who we like. That's a complicated process, but it's also the most fascinating thing that you could learn about yourself. Because if you learn about yourself, it gives you the opportunity of analyzing past behaviors and thoughts and utilizing that analysis to better yourself as a person, as a child, as a parent, as a friend, as a spouse, as a person. Let's say you're someone who doesn't really register everything that's happening around them, like me. You're sat in the tramway or train or whatever public transport you have at home, and an old woman with a walker comes in, but you don't register that. If she then talks to you and is like, "Excuse me, could I have your seat?" You're gonna get up, but like you're gonna think, "Oh, I didn't notice that. Maybe I should work on that. Maybe I should try and pay attention to people getting on public transport so that I could potentially free up my seat for someone who needs it more than I do." And that's what I mean. Learning about yourself means you get the opportunity to make yourself a better you. And that's the greatest thing you could do. Like, that's the thing you have to start with. I mean, we all want to make the world a better place. We all want, we want the same rights for women as for men. We want the same rights for LGBT couples and heterosexual couples. We want peace, and we want people not to be broke. We want so many things for the world to be a better place. We want no animal testing. We want no animal cruelty. We want no lies in what is in my food. Stuff like that. But the thing that is the easiest and the most immediate that you can work on is you. Like Michael Jackson said, "I'm starting with the man in the mirror." It's a cliche and it's being thrown around everywhere, but that's the thing. That's kind of part of why I started this channel in the first place, because I want to learn about myself. I want to make myself a better person, and if I can maybe help a couple people on the way to figure themselves out and make themselves better people, then that's an added bonus. That would be amazing, right? So I want to share my journey with other people, because it's okay to be less than your best sometimes, as long as you keep working toward being best at being you. I mean, you are the best at being you. Even when you're being shit, you are the best at being you. No one else can do that. Just remind yourself of that sometimes when you're feeling shitty. You are the best at being you. Anyhow, I still haven't started talking about what I want this video to be in the end, so this was a long-winded introduction. Anyhow, my point of this video is that sexuality and identity are complicated things, and as long as I will have a brain to think, I will continue to question myself and question the people around me and try and figure out what it is that makes my brain run the way it does and makes my body run the way it does. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that for the last, I think, 2 months, 2.5 months, I've been carrying this thing with me, and I'm like, is it not? But is it though? And then, in a drunken haze on New Year's Eve, I sent a text to a friend of mine, which I'm not gonna name because I'm not here to out people. They can do that on their time. Don't out people, you know? Out yourself if you want to, don't out other people. It's not okay. Let me start at the beginning. A while ago, Ash Hardell made a video, which you can find in the card and in the description, about polyamory and compersion, more specifically, and explained what compersion is. I'm not going to go into detail. You can watch the video for that. I felt like, oh my god, this is a thing that I have. I have compersion for so many people. Like, I feel so happy when the people I love are happy. Back to where we started. So I sent this text to my friend being like, I watched this video and ever since I saw it, like, I've been thinking and I realized that we are basically in a asexual open relationship. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm still crushing on other people and they're crushing on other people, and I'm like, this seems to be a thing, and I'm like crushing on multiple people, okay? Which is already a struggle that I've had forever. I feel the need of labeling things in my life. For me, labels give me a sense of security. Like, I want to know what mental illnesses I have rather than just working on being better. I want to know I have ADHD, I have anxiety, I have depression. I want to know these things. I want to have words for it, because having a word for it is like, if it bleeds, you can kill it. If it has a name, I can work on it. That's what it feels like to me. If you don't feel that way, that's fine. You don't have to label yourself if you don't want to. I feel a sense of comfort in labeling. So I have a lot of labels. I have mental health labels, I have identity labels, I have the label of gender fluid, non-binary person, I have the label of pan-romantic demisexual, I have the label of ADHD and anxiety and depression, and I'm adding the label of polyamorous. That's where I'm going with this video. That was my point. I'm polyamorous. Like, to me, it was always, growing up, it was always like, when I had a crush on someone, it was like, okay, now I have a crush on this person. And then I started having a crush on another person, and then it was like, okay, never mind person one, I now have a crush on person two. But it was very conflicting to me, because I would still have that crush on person one. I would just ignore that and be like, no, it's not real. Because if it were real, then I wouldn't be crushing on person two. Like Johnny Depp said, what a great source, isn't it? We're not gonna go into that. Johnny Depp said, if you fall in love with 2 people at once, choose the second, because if you had been truly in love with the first one, you wouldn't have fallen for the second in the first place. And I'm like, is it though? Because I always used to have crushes on multiple people, even when I was with my ex-boyfriend, which I was with him for ages. I was with him over 7 years. And every time I had like the slightest crush on someone, I'd be like, no, this isn't real. It's not happening. And to the point where now I genuinely don't know if I had crushes on other people while I was with him. Because if I did, I would have snuffed them out right away. Because no, I'm in love. How would I have a crush on someone else? That's not possible. It doesn't work like that. Except for this one person where I had a massive crush on them. And I couldn't deny that. And I didn't deny that. But it's still like that. Like, this person that I mentioned earlier that I'm in basically an asexual open relationship with, when they're crushing on someone, I get so happy for them. And when I'm crushing on someone, they get so happy for me. And it's just love everywhere. And I love it. And it feels so much more natural than having this one person. And I now have to concentrate everything I have and all my emotions on this one person. And I'm not allowed to love anyone else, basically. It feels much more natural to me to say, well, I love this person, but I also love this person, and I love this person, and I love you, and I love him, and I love her, and I love them. And it's making my life so much easier. I've told 2 people, over the course of the last 12 months, I've told 2 people that I was crushing on them, and both of them, well, they weren't mean about it. They didn't go like, oh, well, why? Not at all. They both responded very kindly, but they both didn't have a crush on me too. Or if they did, then they kept it to themselves for whatever reason. I don't know. But it's okay, you know? Like, I'm like, I am in love, basically. I have this relationship, this amazing, loving relationship with someone that is gonna be there whatever happens, and I am confident that it's gonna be there whatever happens, and it's not just gonna, like, we're not gonna fall out. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like it'll just stay like that because of this compersion that we feel for each other. Since I have that as like my safe haven, my headquarters, let's say, relationship headquarters, I have much more, I feel much more ready to face rejection or not mutualness than if I were to think of myself as a monogamous single. If I think of myself as a monogamous single and think, hey, I'm crushing on you, and they say, well, I don't know how to respond to that, I'm not crushing on you, I'd be devastated. I would want to hide for days. But if I'm thinking of myself as a polyamorous person in an open relationship, then telling someone I have a crush on them suddenly feels like so much easier. And even if they don't have a crush on me, that's okay. Like, I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. Like, if you don't want for us to head that way, we can stay here. It's perfectly fine. I'm fine with that. I'm not gonna budger you about this. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, that's fine too. Like, I'll be sad because, like, obviously I like you, but it's fine, you know? It's like, you have to do whatever makes you feel best. And if that means not talking to the person who just told you you had a crush on them, then you do that. Compersion. I want you to be happy. If not having me in your life makes you happy, then great. That's it. Like, that sounds so resigned, doesn't it? But it's not. It's genuinely how I feel. And also crushes are a thing, okay? Like, looking at people in teenager movies and younger movies, like, I watched a couple of episodes of Totally Spies because they put it on Netflix, okay? And Clover is the worst. She's basically crushing on everyone so hard, and I'm like, is that how crushes normally work? Because if it is, then I've never had a crush. Because that's not what happens for me. For me, what happens is basically, I will have a squish for all of my friends. If you don't know what a squish is, it's a platonic crush. Like, you really, really want to be friends with someone. Like, not in a sexual way, not in a physical way, just, it can be a romantic crush. It can be just a friendship crush, depending on how you define it, basically. So I have squishes on all of my friends. All of them. And I hope that they feel the same way towards me, because I love these people, and I hope that they love me as much as I do them. They're my friends. I really, really, really want to be friends with them, obviously. However, when I have a crush, it's very different. For me, a crush isn't what Clover on Totally Spies has. For me, a crush is a squish with the added bonus of, I would definitely not mind at all to kiss this person. That's it. When I used to think about me in 10 years, I would think about me with a husband and children. Then I figured out the whole, you're not straight, dude. Then it was, okay, me with a person, married and children. And now with the whole polyamorous thing, I'm just thinking like, me with my sister and my brother and this person that I mentioned earlier with the relationship, and all the other crushes and squishes, and in one huge house, and maybe we could adopt like a child or two and like raise these children all together, and it just seems like, yes, can we please do that? Can we please make it happen? This sounds perfect. This sounds like the perfect future. I love that. I love loving people. I will read you a bit of text from Rachel C. Lewis out of Tell the People You Love That You Love Them via Loser Bambi on Tumblr. I love being horribly straightforward. I love sending reckless text messages because how reckless can a form of digitized communication be? And telling people I love them and telling people they are absolutely magical humans and I cannot believe they really exist. I love saying kiss me harder and you're a good person and you brighten my day. I live my life as straightforward as possible because one day I might get hit by a bus. Maybe it's weird, maybe it's scary, maybe it seems downright impossible to just be, to just let people know you want them, need them, feel like in this very moment you will die if you do not see them, hold them, touch them in some way, whether it is your feet on their thighs on the couch, or your tongue in their mouth, or your heart in their hands. But there is nothing more beautiful than being desperate, and there is nothing more risky than pretending not to care. We are young, and we are human, and we are beautiful, and we are not as in control as we think we are. We never know who needs us back. We never know the magic that can arise between ourselves and other humans. We never know when the bus is coming. And I absolutely love that. I guess it's a quote. I absolutely love that, because yes, I will never know when the bus will come. So I might as well tell the people I love that I love them, and tell the people I have a crush on that I have a crush on them. Tell everyone who will hear it that right now I feel good, and tell them down the line when I feel like shit because I might need support from someone. Just tell the people everything I can, because that's always been my thing. If you saw on my second channel, if you saw my veg from 2017, there was a video about secrets. It's in the card and in the description, in which I said that I don't have secrets. I have stages of trusting people. And fuck that, you know? Like, who cares who this is? Who cares how long I've known you? If I feel that connection, I want you to know that, you know? So yeah. This has been a long video. It's gonna be fun to edit. Let me know how you feel about this being filmed on the DSLR rather than the Sony. Please tell me, is it better? Should I switch back? Because I kind of have to stay immobile for this. So sitting down is okay, but like I can't do this because then I'll go blurry. Anyhow, is there something you've learned about yourself in the last year, in the last 12 months, that has helped you become a better person? Please tell me in the comments. I'm very curious. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, then you can subscribe to my channel up here, or you can subscribe to my other channel down here. You can click here to watch a video I think you'll like, and I will see you again next Saturday. Bye!